Well, I was passing here till the day and I thought with Storm Amy coming in this weekend, I thought I'll have a quick look down here and film it beforehand. And looks like they're prepping and taking scaffolding down. Oh well, that's one on its way off. And there's not that much on that side on shore. Well, that's off on its journey. Well, I don't know if you can hear me over at wind, but like I say, there's not much of that beach on shore. But I'll get down there and just see if there's anything, because I thought I'll just film it like day before and day after. But you can see where past storms have brought it up over riverbank there. Well, I don't know if I'll find out on here today. There's only that little bit on shore. But I'll see what's been washing the sand on side, but I'll bring you back if I find anything, if I do. Well, there's just one bit of plane there, all badly spoiled, but nothing so far. Oh, I can spot something there, but I don't know whether it's got a pattern on it or it's just staining. Oh. Oh. Looks like it might be a bit of spongeware, that. Well, at least we've got something for down here today. Oh. Looks like the rim of a pot or something. Good old tonic. No, it's just a stone. There's something there, I don't know if it's embossing or it's just a piece of stone. A bit of slate. And just the edge of another pot there, nothing on it. No, yeah, just a plain piece. And another plain piece, I think, yeah, another plain piece. And look away if you don't like them. That's one big bone there. And another one there. Oh. Well, there was just a plain bit there, but I thought this was going to be plain. I weren't filming, but stick flipped it over. And there's a little bit on it. See what that cleans up like. And again, look away if you don't like them. One big tooth. And a bit of mixing bowl. Right. I don't know if this is a bit of tile or a bit of pot. It's a bit of tile going off the back there. But more warm, but I'll see how that cleans up. It might just be algae that's making it green. Well, not much today then. Well, with only them few little bits on there, I'll go and have a look at the little bit that's up there. I'm looking at it there. It does look like they've lost a couple of planks there. And they're not cheap, them scaffold planks. Well, there's not that much beach on shore on this side, but I thought I'll come and have a look just in case. But they're taking all scaffolding down. They've just been repointing stonework, but with storm coming in tomorrow, they want it out of the way before storm takes it down. And it's already a few bits, I think, past week. Well, that's part of one at river gauges. I'll pick that plastic up on my way home. But like I say, there's only this little bit and a little bit up there, so I'll have a quick look. Can you spot the find? I can. Maybe a bit of spongeware or just dappled stuff. And oh, a bit there. Oh, just blue light strap. I'm going to leave that. The bit I've spotted There, it's got a faint bit. Very faint bit, that's probably Asiatic. Oh well. A few bits better than the other side. I haven't even moved. And there we have it. A bit of a crinoid. Oh, I think that's another one. Yep, that's another one. Oh well, looking good for this side now. I've just nudged that and I can see this blue on it and I know what that is. That's edging a willow. There's always some willow. I haven't even gone too... Oh, what's this? Open that. No, that's just plain. Oh well, can't win them all. And another bit I've just flicked, and then same colour, so... Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's bright blue. Well, I saw the edge of that from a distance, but as I get closer, yeah, that's just one of them deceptive stones. Well, let's just see what's on this other little bit now. Well, is there anything on the other side of that? Oh, it might be green. It might just be algae. That might just be algae, but I'm going to take it just in case. That was just a plain piece of white. Oh, a little bit here. Is there out on it? No. Oh, that's a stone. No, that's a stone. And that's a bit of tile, I think. Okay, another one I've just moved, and I can see a colour. Oh, I don't think we're going to know whatever that was. And edge of a pot there. Oh, oh well. I'll save that bit. Oh, hang on, sticking it in there. It's just landing next to another page. Must have betted it's going to be plain when I put a wet sleeve now. Oh. Oh, I might have a pattern on that. It might just be staining coming through from that side. But that's another one we're going to have to take and clean. Well, a big chunk of RP. And a bit more plastic for my day. Shotgun cartridge. We got that plastic out at River. Well, I think that's it for that, but I'm going to walk back along it and see if I do find out that way back. Well, that's a bit of plastic I didn't spot that way down here. Guardrails fitting. Oh, I might be able to use that yet. Oh well, we'll see. At least it's plastic out at River. Now, there's somewhat buried there, but is it going to be plain or have anything on? Well, that side's plain. What's the other side? And it's plain as well. Oh well. Well, the rim of a very warm pot there. Well, that's going to get left. Well, back down to my normal spot, and I thought I'd come down here after being at the other bridge a couple of hours ago. I thought I'll film it here, because if that storm comes in like it's supposed to be doing, there'll be a lot of water coming down here, so I thought I'd film it when it's getting, well, it's down a bit, and then if it comes in over at weekend, we'll get some shots of it being flooded. I might have a look over there again later, I don't know. Well, it's still shallow there and clear water at the moment, but I can't see anything in. So I'll go down and see if there's anything still on the stones down there, and see if there's any quackers as well. Well, I don't expect to find anything on there. If I do, it'll be lucky, but you've got to look. Oh, bit of a plain handle there, and a little bit of RP there, tiny little bit. Well, I'll just turn that bit over, a bit of stripy stuff, but I'm going to leave that, and that looks like a bit of fireplace tile. Yeah, something like it. Well, you know what I keep saying about walking back along your tracks? There's some colour there. Well, at least we've got one piece. Out on the other side though. And it looks like we've got a few quackers coming up. Well, with that, and I just thought it would be plain, so I didn't film, but no, it's not much anyhow. No, nope, we'll not take that. Right, well, I just moved that, and as you can see, there's some colour on it. And that's Asiatic. And that's a load of quackers. And a bit of a dough ball there, mixing bowl. Well, it doesn't take you long, does it? As soon as you sit down and you see that yellow bag, here they come. Well, I hope you lot are going to be safe when the storm comes in. Get to high ground. They're not coming close today. Oh, you're coming up, are you? Well, a little bit by where ducks were. Yeah, just a tiny little bit. Well, so there are bits on here then still. Probably everybody coming down and turning them over. You need to find me some better bits, you know. Well, I just flicked that bit because I'd just seen that thinking, oh, it's a tile and it should be plain. There's some pretty flowers on that one. I'm going to put it as a drill hole there and use it as a pendant as it is. Might do that with that one. Oh well, that might be the crafting after I've cleaned it up. Oh, wind. That looks like a little bit of very, very faint Asiatic. And that's a quacker. Nearly ended this lot. Apart from that big bit I just found, that bit of tile, nothing really much on here. So we'll see what if I find out on the way back. Well, we still can't get over at Stones, but I'll see if anything's been turned over by people coming down here walking the dogs. There might be something, there might not be. You've got to look. Well, that's a bit of RP with not genuine, but what's that there? Oh, on both sides. Oh well, at least I've got one bit for here. There was nothing on that bit there. Well, I turned around to look at one piece and this wasn't it. I just thought this was wide, flicked it over. So that's edging of some willow, and there's always some willow, and I think that's willow at all. That's what I spotted first. Yeah, 2 bits of willow going off that bit there, and there's always some willow. Well, another bit I thought was just white, but it's got like fish scales on, embossing. I might just take that piece, it might come in handy for something. There's a bit I can see there that looks to have a pattern on, or is it just mould? But let's get it up. I don't get my sleeve wet. Well, it's got some pattern on, I think. Well, let's see what that cleans up like. Well, a couple of little bits on there, nothing much. Well, let's see what this next storm brings in, because I'll be adding this to one I did this morning, and if it's not all that long, I'll probably add the storm bits to it, but you never know. Well, I was just walking away and I'd spotted a big white bit out of the corner of my eye. And turning over, that is one big chunk of willow. Like we always say, there's always some willow. So, yeah, at least we got a big piece. And not that far away, after a big piece. We get a tiny little piece. Well, I thought I'd take the opportunity to come over here where all that, all the weeds and reeds and all that stuff were flanked with last flood. Just have a look in this little outlet, and there's a few little bits and pieces there, so I'll bring you back if I find it, if they're any good. Well, there were a few bits down there, but they were just plain, so let's see if there's anything here. Well, that's got a bit of faint Asiatic bit, looks of it. Yeah, that's Asiatic. Not on any of these bits. No, just staying in. Some clear bits. And just plain. Oh, well. Oh, that's this one. Yeah, that's a leaf. No, just that one bit of Asiatic. Well, I'm just going and I spotted a bit hanging out, and I thought, oh, it's just a broken pot. And it is, it's just plain. Oh, I'll leave that here. Right, well, that's the bits from the first bridge I went to, and the bits from the second one, including that, and I think that is, I'm going to make that just straight as a pendant after cleaning it up and that lot. See how that one goes. And my bits of plastic and my crinoids. Can't put them in acid, they'll dissolve. So we'll see what this lot cleans up like. Well, back down, and that storm has brought a little bit of water in with it. As you can see there. A lot there, that's Friday night, Saturday afternoon now. Oh, And nothing on shore over there. And there's no trees caught under the bridge. Sometimes is. But no, definitely no stones on shore there, but I don't know if the quackers will be about. Well, you can just see where tide mark's been. It's been overnight, so it's gone down a bit. Gone down a couple of feet there. But like you say, it's still an awful lot of water to come down. But the buildings over there, it's not flooded them yet. And it has flooded them in the past. And that's an awful lot of water to get up there. Well, that's the steps that go down to the stone beach I always go on. And the walls all underwater there. So, nothing happening today, and I can't see any of the quackers about. So you don't want to be going swimming in that today. Next stop will be Preston Docks. Right, a few bits from a couple of trips down the river, with Storm Amy in the middle of it. There's a few bits from before the storm come down, and a few bits after it had gone down a little bit. So, a little bit of Asiatic, nothing too much. Well, a few bits here. Tried to get the staining out of that, but it didn't want to come out. Same with these. You can make out a very, very faint blue and white on that. And that's just a little bit of willow edging, I should think. And there's always some willow. And a few other little bits. Nothing too much. That looked nice and shiny when I pulled it out of the water, but now with all the river knocking the glaze off, they do go a bit dull. But I might be able to use that bit in something later. And again, more Asiatic probably. A little bit of dappled spongeware or even hand painted. And something that we'll never know what it is. And a couple of bits. Don't know whether that's spongeware or hand painted. I'm going more hand painted. And again, another bit of willow edging. With like a pie crust dimpled on the edging. And a couple of crinoids. Oh, it's nice finding these little bits. And big chunk of tile going off the back. Probably a bit of a fireplace tile. Might be able to use that. But it's very, very abraded. It would have all been green over there, I should think. But that's all river worn. and a couple of bits of plastic. Shotgun shell. They were a lot better when they were paper cartridges. At least they dissolved away river. And a bit of a hose pipe connection. Broken, that's all. I don't think I'll be able to use that. Thought I could, but I don't think I can. So that's more for bin. And a few bits after Storm Amy had come in. I mean, obviously I were up getting them before the storm. And they, well, I think they recovered the plank that they lost. I think when I were coming away, I think there were two of them. Two planks down at the rapids. So, like I say, these are all after Storm Amy. And a bit of, like, grey Asiatic. I'm trying to think of the name then. And a bit of blue Asiatic. That grey's different. And a bit of embossing, like fish scale. And that, pity there's not more of it. And a little bit of straight lines on the other side. So, I might incorporate that into something later. And again, some bits of plant there. That's like that seaweedy type one, just the edge. Pie crust edging on the plate. And 2 chunks of willow. There's always some willow. Nice big piece there. And a few little bits. I don't know whether that sponge went on there or hand painted. Could be a bit of both. And a tiny little bit of blue. I mean, after finding a big chunk like that, you find a tiny little piece like that. And again, a bit of willow edging. And this piece, just the right shape. Thickness, bit of a tile going off the back there, and I might do some crafting with this later, but not in this video, because the mounts, I'm going to glue them on back, but they've got the cross action on the wrong side. But I might just file a little bit out, just to put it down. So I still might do something with that in this one. You'll have to watch, if not it'll be something else I've put on the end. There's like a few bits like I'm going to drill it through, but focus now. It's going to be too thick and I'd have to do it too near the edge there. So we'll see what crafting I do after the end of this one. I forgot to show this. I did pick up that big chunk of plastic, which is part of one of the depth gauges, to see how far the river's gone. And you might have noticed it had a bit of, when I was filming it on the banking, it had a bit of driftwood. Well, actually, that's still part of the post that it was fastened to, because it's still screwed to it. So I might just stick that out in the garden as a bit of an ornament. Right, time to glue some of these in. These 2 bits, I'm going to wait while I get some thicker, newer mounts. These are just me test piece ones. But I've got some of these now, and I'm going to try one of these later. I'm going to cut some round ones to fit in. Something a bit different. But let's just get on with these. This willow one, I think I'm going to put it more to the top than there's enough room down here to put something else, instead of just spacing it in the middle. This one, which was 3 pieces, found on the same day. I think it was about only the 3 good bits I could use that day. And the little leaf one. Well, it's goodbye from me, Mary and the ducks.